Bitch.
He's got you there though. It's true.
Okay, you're both fucking cunts.
You're not that much of a good salesman.
Well, if I have information, I don't have to do the sale. It's gonna do the fucking sale for me, so.
Well, that looked like it went well.
Yeah.
I figured it was either going to go one of two ways, and it's gone a third way that I wasn't expecting. So wow.
What the fuck? How the fuck? How did this?
We have a meeting to do
Hey,
in like an
listen,
hour.
how much money do you have to put towards whatever other side project shit you got?
50 grand.
50? You have to put in 50?
Yeah.
So what, there's fucking 4 of you?
No, there's more. Just tell me what
are you guys trying to?
No,
Look, what if you said fuck all that and you got me a second bench or a third one rather?
Are we even making money off of that shit?
Bro,
no,
I think Mary said that if we sell all the parts that I made today, not including the new ones that I've made since this last storm, that we'd make like 20 grand today. And I'm making like half of that, so probably like 30, 20, anywhere from like 25 to 30 grand in profit today. And at first I was like, this is a lot of parts. Like, we really going to sell all these parts? We're already out of parts and we're waiting on the ones I'm making right now.
Right.
So times are hard, man.
I don't know. It's just time, I guess.
Yeah, it's just scalability, bro. There's just not enough materials in the world to sate my appetite that is crafting in this basement all day.
Yeah. Well, so one thing I need to know, like the car that is that bought using that money?
No. I think that was bought using some of JJ's money and other people. Like, nothing to do with the car part stuff. All the car part money is still in the bank. We have like 50K in there right now, I think.
Okay. So. All right. Why are you not using that just to buy like 2 benches then?
I don't know. I was genuinely going to talk to Mary about it tomorrow when she's awake, because she went to bed, and say like, look, I could work at double the speed. The genuine problem is right now, as much as I'm actually serious about wanting a second large bench to see if I can use it, there's just not enough materials, man. Like, I would just burn through this twice as fast, basically.
Yeah.
So, you know, and that's kind of the reality. But
and I'm assuming we still have the fucking the deal with the union.
Oh, right? Yeah. I mean, they're basically like, they're almost exclusively providing to us.
And, we still don't have enough.
Oh yeah. I mean, we bought basically, I don't know if we bought everything they had, but we bought everything we could use from them, basically, right? Yeah. And then had to pester them again today to get everything that they had, like down to the wire. Like, I want everything you have. So, and we've gone through that now too. So,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's how it's gonna be. Like, Mary was like, "Oh yeah, we got like I was saying, oh yeah, we got a few thousand materials. Like, that'll last us like, you know, a couple days." I was like, "Yeah, okay. I think that's gonna last you a couple days. You got problems coming."
People are terrible drivers.
Well, not only that, it's just with what Mosley's is repairing at, even if people think it's expensive, it is like dramatically cheaper than what everybody else can offer right now.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Like, for what you have to buy versus what you can probably produce it for. So
yeah,
it makes sense. But yeah, can you not use the big and the small bench?
No, I was kidding with you, by the way. I don't expect you to spend your money on that, but
no,
I'm curious to see.
Yeah, I'm curious as well.
Can I not use what now?
Can you not use both of them at the same time?
No, I do. Oh. It's just the small one is so much slower.
Yeah, I would assume we can always buy more big benches if it comes to it.
Well, that's the thing, is that's what I want to do it. Like, my brain is so worked up on crafting all this shit today that I'm curious if I can actually put another big one next to this one.
I would think so. I don't think those should be a problem.
I don't know.
Well, we can have like
you never know, right?
Yeah, that's true. But if you can always
listen, let's just say that the gods didn't like the way we used the first one. So
yeah, well, you're putting money down. You're putting 25,000 down to buy a bench.
Sure. So, I mean, yeah, it's an investment up front, and
yeah.
The problem is, in theory, if I had an infinite source of materials, I could basically make that in like 6 hours. I can make it back.
Yeah.
So, but the material is the bottleneck right now.
Yeah,
Maybe for good reason.
Yeah. That makes sense. I say talk to Mary and just invest. That's part of the entire. That was the purpose, right? Is that we get money that we can then try things out with.
Here's the thing. Okay, so it was 2 or 3 days ago. She tells me, "Oh, I have like 10 grand in my account, right?"
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it was like yesterday, maybe more like 30 hours ago or something like that. She goes, "Oh, I have like 24 grand in my account." I'm like, "Okay, well that's good. It's like a good amount of profit from the day." And
Yeah.
then today she goes after she bought materials, she goes, "Oh, I got 30 grand in my account." I'm like, "Okay, that's not bad. We still made money today." And then today she goes, "Oh yeah, if we sell all these parts, we'll have like 58 grand." And I'm like, "Jesus Christ." Okay, so we're actually just like every day is just multiplicatively increasing our profits.
Yeah. I feel like if she says no, that's gonna fucking bite us in the ass because if
Mm,
we might as well be the first people to know that if you can have or even if you invest in more than
Yeah,
one
you're not
bench,
wrong.
yeah, we should because again, and I just had a conversation about this. Information is king. Like knowing these things
It
is
really
gonna be
is,
good
yeah.
for us. And
Well, I
that's
mean, we're one of the first people to know that you can have a big one and a small one at the same time. So
yeah, exactly. So I feel like we should convince her that we just should do it just to
yeah, I mean,
try.
maybe she'll do it.
What?
As long as I commit to being the basement goblin that I've been, I'm sure she might think it's worthwhile. So
Yeah, and what else are we gonna spend the money on right now?
it just, I think the hard part, she's very logical like me. The hard part of convincing her to buy one is just going to be, can we get material flow fast enough to warrant buying another one? You know
No.
what I mean?
I feel like if you're already struggling with materials, then no. But at the end of
I
the
mean,
day, we can probably
I
sell
don't
it.
know if we're struggling or if, because like my understanding is she's buying everything from them, right? But maybe she's not. Like, I don't know. I guess we'll have to have that conversation because if that's the case, like I had to stop today. So the argument isn't I need more benches. The argument is just plain and simple. I need more materials, right?
Hmm.
And so if uh if she's not buying everything, I would rather use the purchasing power on buying more materials and just stacking up our profit the
Yeah,
Moses more and more and more.
yeah,
So,
100%. That makes more sense.
but
So
yeah, man, it's gonna be it's a crazy landscape ahead of us. We're basically in a situation where like we will buy all the materials that we can use for these car parts. Like we don't even have to do illegal shit, man, to make money. Like that's the reality.
yeah,
But
yeah.
you're doing your mayor shit or what, bro?
Right now,
No, I
oh
just
no,
mean in general. Like you're actually doing this shit, huh?
I have to if I want to even try and get second place. I think. But
Yeah.
again, if I don't win or if I even don't get second place, I'm not gonna be pressed about it.
I mean that's
Like,
fair. I think it's very plausible that you get second though.
yeah, maybe. But if I don't, I'm just gonna go back to doing stuff with the guild and helping out again and whatnot.
I mean, you already know you're more than welcome to join us on whatever it is we do. There's only so many of us that actually do crime, so now
Yeah.
more than usual. But for example, like Alex, I don't think is going to be like robbing banks
No,
anytime
no,
soon.
I get that. Yeah.
And shit. So there'll always be a spot for you, and if not, then I'll sit aside. But as far as I'm concerned, you're like I said, man, you're as close to guild as you can be without actually being in it, in my opinion. So,
Yeah. I appreciate that.
but
If
I
I were
mean,
to,
you're
join a gang, it would be the guild.
we're not a gang. So you wouldn't be joining
Everyone,
any gang. We're not a gang.
everyone is a gang.
No, we're not a gang. We don't ever want to be a gang, I don't think.
No, but you
The
don't
only
want to
reason
be.
we ever were a gang in the police database was because Jaeger asked for it because he specifically wanted gang related shooting because he thought it was hard. So
Yeah, that sounds like him. Yeah, that sounds like him. But yeah, well, we'll see what happens.
you
Hmm?
you gonna go to bed anytime soon, or you're awake for a while?
No, I'm probably gonna pass out soon. I'm fucking dying.
Me too, bro. I'm gonna fucking go through these materials. Like I'm down to the last bit of materials that we got, and then I'm fucking crashing out.
Yeah. I'm gonna talk to Reggie and ruffle his
All right,
feathers and
brother.
then go to bed.
All right, brother.
All right.
Anyways, yeah, we're making money over here. So if you ever need anything, just talk to Mary.
Yeah. We'll do.
All right, brother.
All right.
Peace.
But we need a bench.
Or
Apparently it's a moneymaker, but I guess also it's easier because Thule Air Base. Yeah, you spend a year there. As what? As the Air Force or as a Dane?
Because they're fleecing Mosleys for money and fleecing the customers for it.
I don't think so. I don't even think they're doing that. I think they're being very fair with it. It's cheaper to make a part using a bench and then selling it at Mosey's and still making a profit, but still being cheaper than if you bought it from the guy.
Of course it is. It's going to be cheaper than that. But when they're charging $75 per, it's fucking insane.
Oh yeah,
money.
yeah. So
They're
you're the
not being smart
user
about
parts
Mosleys.
of it. How did you like it?
What you got to remember is you're talking to someone who had a hand in starting up fucking Harmony again, Jordan.
Yeah. No, I know.
And
I know.
the loyalty of a customer is fucking what you need right now.
You loved it?
Not just the quick, easy fucking cash. Because I can tell you right now, if Jordan was to start it back up and run it the same as what he did before, it would take everyone's fucking business and drive them all into the ground. Because they're not being smart about what they're doing. You take a tiny profit now versus a decent profit, and you get all the customers coming to you who will muscle out every other one of those fucking mechanic shops, and ain't gonna want to fucking do it then.
Well, the issue is also that Jordan was the owner. He could do whatever the fuck he wanted back then. Right now, they try to make Mosleys into a good thing, but they still have to fight with, like, say, Dundee trying to do it differently, and, like, you know, muscle his way into changing things up in his own way.
But you don't even have to do it at Moses, right? If you kick up a shop anywhere and you do it, then I can tell you now, if I'm offering fucking $600 repairs and Moses is offering $700, all ain't getting no fucking customers. Everyone's coming to the $600 one. They're saving $400, and then in a couple of weeks' time, when you've muscled out some people, next thing it's $700 repairs. People still paying it. In a couple of months, it's now $800 repairs. People still paying it. Then someone else pops up.
05 to 06. Oh, it changed a lot.
Tell everyone that's it. I'm just going to eat the fucking loss now. And I'll match
you were probably
their
at way
prices.
more people back then,
You
too.
keep all the customers happy. And then rinse, repeat. It's so fucking... It's such an easy fucking business to do that way. And people just don't do that because they're too concerned about, I need to make money now. Versus having a loyal customer and having them continually return, and then you just build up that portfolio of them. It's small profits, but it's consistent profits.
Maybe. I don't know.
By the way, you're not going to bed yet because we've still got to talk to First Temple.
To who?
So he did a poll yesterday. First Temple used to be a judge.
Right.
He did a poll yesterday, called 37 people from the Yellow Pages, asked them about who they're voting for and their concerns and that kind of stuff. Did a poll on that. Max was the winner with, I think, 35 or 30 something percent. You had 11 point something percent, and 35% were undecided. I think if he's going to want to cover these things, and he's always around in these times, then I think it's beneficial to have that talk with him and see what some people have been saying and explain to him what you're wanting to do.
The new dorm building? That would be the apartment buildings, right? You're talking about? Apartment dorm buildings? Yeah, probably. Alright, can you call him so I can do that?
Well, I think he's at a fight at the moment. I'll find out.
Yeah. They finished up more.
Just letting you know we're all good to go. And do you know how long roughly you'll be?
More of those as I was there. I got an apartment as well by myself.
More fights to go.
I feel like the place is gonna be smaller and smaller because they're changing the barracks or the buildings
Thank you. Bye.
into apartments. So like it's
25 minutes and the fight should be done.
Oh, fuck off. So it's kind of getting smaller and then taller.
How's JJ?
How's JJ? I don't fucking know.
Weren't you just talking to him on the phone?
No. That was Trey, Matthew, whatever people want to call him. I'm not sure these days.
No, you're talking fucking JJ.
No. No, JJ doesn't talk to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Why not?
He does his usual stuff where he just, you know, does G6. And then more G6.
Yeah, we fucked with him and his brother the other day. And stopped him, stopped JJ from doing his fucking G6 run to come save his brother, but his brother wasn't in any threat.
B-Muse is not.
He interrupted
I
his
think
grinding.
they closed that. Det 3. I don't remember. Oh. I need to double check. Uh. Wait, now I need to double check. B-Muse. Oh, B-Muse is still there. My bad. That's the radar itself, right? That's still there. Det 3 I think is not active, but I don't remember. Yeah, no, that's my bad. No, it's still there. B-Muse is still there, but it's limited in, like, they took down half of it, if not more. You only have one radar dish left. But I don't know if that was the same. Det 3? I think there's only Det 1 now. Or am I dumb? Or Det 3? I might be completely cooked. I've been up for too long, my man, so it's... Let's take a look. We can find the pictures that people are not allowed to take. Thule Airbase. So this is the only one that's still active, like that one. Whereas you have like... Looks chilly? Yeah, it's like a casual, minus 40, minus 50. Did we both crash? I guess we did. Pizza Fix Space Base? Yeah, that's what they renamed it to. After they renamed the I guess you went from USAF to Space Force. And I guess they renamed it to Pizza Fix Space Base. This doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, I just got really tired all of a sudden for some reason. Just, fell asleep out the window.
Amy, thank you so much for 13 months. Can you drive for a second?
Yeah, just give me keys.
There you go. It's hard to tell because it's hard to get an actual decent picture of the fucking place. Alright, so this still exists. These are still here. I think these, the last ones, are not active anymore, or they're cold right now. But all of these are still there. A lot of this does not exist.
Or is this fine?
All of these got burned, I believe. Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, all of this is gone. Burned? Yeah, that's the way they got rid of barracks. They just burn them. But yeah, you really only have this one left, the one that's like on the edge as you come up. The other ones, I don't know if they were cold when you were there.
K-I-N-G. You know, the Caesars of Caesars, the King of Kings.
But those have been
Yeah, never
decommissioned.
been there, but it sounds good.
So there's
Caesars
only
I've
one
had, but I
left.
don't like it. I like carbon pizza. I like mom and pops.
A storm red.
As long as you're not pissing into the food, I think you're good. No, I did see
We
somebody
had-
do that in somebody's mellow yellow.
I think we had one fucked up storm where somebody almost fucking died. Because
Right,
he chose to
be
drive
safe.
down from the mountain
Bye-bye.
when it was in Bravo, and then it went to a Charlie, and then I think it turned into a Delta. And he went off the side, and then he went. Yeah, I don't know. That was.
Well,
Greenland contractors? Yeah, that's why you got the good side of things. Greenland contractors is when people kept talking about that's the good times. When GC was around, that's the good times. That's the times they remember. And now it's Vectress, which is like the bad.
Why would you turn the heat on if it's 95 outside?
Yeah, it's hard to. I don't know. It's definitely changed and it's smaller because they got rid of a lot and it's downscaled a lot. I don't know how many people were on the base when you were there, but it's at this point they're like, I think, what is it? Like there's 800 people, 600 people, but only like 400 at a time.
You're falling asleep?
Yeah, I think I'm a little bit hungry.
Oh, shit. All right. Well, should we stop by shooting?
Hello, sir. This is Chris King. So, what exactly is the primitive survival expert? What is that, sir?
Chris King, he called me.
Oh, shit. We gotta go all the way to Toledo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should probably stop by there now.
Hello.
Oh, wow.
Reggie, I want to fucking die.
What happened?
Box top? Yeah.
What happened?
Box top still happens. I'm just tired, man. I just want to fucking die.
Well, what if I can tell you I can go ahead?
Why are you so edgy?
I'm
Wanna
fucking
die.
tired, man.
Yeah, well, then you don't want to die. You just want to pass out.
I want to pass out.
There's a difference. The difference between I want to die. Fucking drama queen.
This fucking guy.
Oh, it's good to see you're back on talking terms. Don't have to fucking hear how much each side hates each other. Good. Well done.
It's a very funny experience to be there, to say the least. Yeah, I guess. I don't think people really understand it until they try and like they've been there.
So,
So,
when am I gonna see you again? Probably like fucking 2 days time now.
no.
Usually how it fucking goes.
Mr. Genie, thank you so much for the brand new sub.
You stay up super long and you get extra crispy, and then you fucking sleep for 2 days.
Creative room. There used to be more pictures. Where's the fucking pictures?
I'm
at?
guessing you talked to him about the mayoral shit too, yeah?
Yeah, I brought it up, but like I wasn't really too fussed about it.
Alright.
Oh, there we go. I think that's where all the pictures are.
Map. I mean, as the days go on, it feels like you're getting a pretty decent shot at it.
What, being a mayor?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
I
feel
think
like
a
it's
lot of
kind of...
people underestimate the ability of just fucking talking to people.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. I like as much as I didn't really
People are always
like
going to vote
working
for what
there.
they
It
think
was
is
an
going to
experience
benefit them, right?
that I did like, and I'm
Regis
glad.
crematorium, you kill them, we grill them.
I'm glad I did go. I was gonna stay there for 3 years, but after 2 years, I was kind of over it.
You're over at Mirror Park at the moment, are you?
Because you can see most of the things there
Let's
in
go
a
somewhere
year.
quiet. We'll go up to the dam. Meet you up there. Yep. All right. See you soon.
There's so many fucking pictures. What the fuck?
All right, we're going to meet with them now. Slap yourself in the face, pep yourself up. Let's get it. The first is also a personal see-through bullshit as well. Just be normal. He's not really an influential person, however, he does love being all over fucking Twitter and researching things and fucking, like I said, he did a poll and called people and all that kind of shit. So it could be beneficial to have someone swing and push for you.
Okay. Do I have to make a sales pitch?
Not really. I think he's probably more of the kind of a person that if he believes in it, he'll push for it himself.
Yeah. Okay. I wonder if... Oh, I need food. Oh, you were just at a fucking gas station. You're in Mirror...
Yeah.
You're going Mirror Park, right?
Oh.
Give me food.
There you go.
Thank you.
We're good for fucking cops now.
Oh, real work? I don't know, man. I just want to go to bed. I am tired. But it's funny to talk to people that's been there. And what they think of it. Because it's... What the fuck? How... It is a very interesting place. And there's a lot of different experiences. A lot of the people I worked with were old timers that's been there from the start, and they always reminisce and talk about the old times when the
headlights turn on.
You know, the old times were the better times. It's like yeah, I get it. I wasn't there. I don't care.
Ah! Turned off again.
Is your car fucked?
It's your car.
Oh, it's a rental. Somebody might have fucked with it.
Is it possessed?
Maybe.
The fuck? Car's possessed.
How we doing?
Enjoying life.
Are we?
Hell of a view.
What'd you say first?
I said it's a hell of a view.
Yeah. I'm gonna sit on the fucking rail. Just don't push me over, right?
That is hard.
Tempting?
Not, yeah, it's very tempting. You mind if I smoke?
Go for it.
I'm not gonna ask you, Rich, but I don't care.
Oh, I fuck myself.
He's got a mask on anyway. He'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, first we want to have a catch up with you, like I said on the phone. Michael first. Michael, I told him you used to be a judge and about the polls you've been doing and that kind of stuff.
No, the old times were better
Keep
in terms
mind,
of money
Michael might be
making,
extra crispy right now.
but
He stayed up well
it
past
becomes a
his
lot
bedtime.
when it's all you hear is that everything is shit.
Yeah,
But they don't leave; they
I'm in a
stay.
similar boat. I have a
And keep
toothache and I
working.
got 2 hours to 3 hours sleep last night.
You consider just grabbing the pliers and taking to it?
Potentially, but I don't know which one it is. It could be a bunch of them,
Just
to be honest.
start pulling until it stops.
Yeah, they're at the back left. They don't really matter, but nah, we'll persist.
So you want to know more about what Michael plans to do and that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, definitely. I will just say, just before we go into it, I've always got an interest in politics. I never want to be the person who's in the limelight running anything, but I like to know what's happening behind the scenes, and that's why I started calling up people and just trying to see who they were voting for, who was undecided, who was already spoken for without even seeing policies, which gangs as well, because it seems like the gangs are very much meeting up as a gang and potentially voting as a gang from a lot of them. So that was kind of my interest point of, looking into it to start with.
Yeah.
Before we even had any ideas what people were actually going to promise or promise and undeliver, which is most of the time the case with politicians.
I know, and that's one of the things. The few times we've been out talking to people, that's one of the things we've been bringing up, or I've been bringing up, is that obviously I wanna, I wanna promise things, but I wanna keep them as possible as possible. So I'm not going out telling people like, hey, I'm gonna up your pay by 5 times. I'm gonna abolish any sort of speed limits. Gonna disband PD and like all of these things that are never gonna happen. But like small things that might be possible, like maybe adding 5 miles per hour to the speed limit. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but it's a hell of a more likely to happen than completely removing speed limits or 10, 15 on top of it. It's also like,
I mean, definitely.
yeah.
And compared to the previous system when I was still a judge back in the day, where there wasn't too much leeway for the mayor to actually make those changes, I believe at least with the city council and the the veto powers, if there's 5 or less, with stuff like what you're suggesting, those could actually get through with 6 or more votes.
Yeah. So, and that's what I've been talking as well. Like, obviously, we don't want to demolish PD. That's not going to happen. We need PD. There is good people working there. There is occasionally the bad apple, and which is unfortunate, but it does happen. So obviously, we want to make sure that's not possible. And if it does happen, it does get taken care of. And at the same time, like, some of the people we've been talking
to elaborate on that bit,
okay.
What Michael's saying is he's going to work closely with the head of bar to ensure that PD corruption's actually monitored properly.
Because the mayor doesn't really have an influence in PD, per se.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Another thing is obviously a lot of people bringing up the concern about food establishments, Senior Buns only being the one place they can go to, and I'm very much in the boat of wanting more places because I don't want to die when I go and get my food. Harry,
there's also the issue of
thank you so much for the raid,
I've
man.
had
Hope you had a good stream.
2 people now who have asked for representation in civil suits against people working at Senior Buns or the establishment itself for not getting served because the people serving them didn't like them.
Have a good one,
which,
man. Yeah, I appreciate
a
it.
state-owned business shouldn't be the case. If you've got a reason, like they've been violent on the property, hey, there's more than fair to enact that at that point.
Yeah.
But so we do, for those types of people, also need a secondary or even a third option. Completely agree on that.
And it's also just it's a place because there's so many people bumping up and down of each other, people getting aggressive. So just having more places up north, even because I know people want to go up north and live up north. So which ties into another thing I want more public transport, trains going up north. Because right now, either you rent a car, or you pay a goober for like $300 to go to Toledo, and then $300 to go back. Whereas the whereas the trains are paid by the, yes, my bad. The trains are paid by the state, so they're free. So you can basically go anywhere without having to really pay for it. And at the same time, it would help out in terms of work. If you get cargo trains, you would be able to maybe transport logs up and down to the city rather than having to drive 50 trucks or, 500 pickup trucks. We're also looking at...
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, we're also looking at the possibility of like pilot's licenses so we can bring back helicopters for EMS and just generally have transport or any work related that requires flying. So there's that. What else? I'm sure there is more, but again, I'm pretty cooked right now.
Okay, I mean, it sounds like you're at least wanting to make change for the better, right?
That's the idea.
And I mean, so let me just look at my note.
12 million mechanics.
This was a direct quote from someone. I'm voting for Michael Simone. He talked to me in person, and that's more than enough for me. I want someone who's on the street, someone who's living the life. So, I mean, I'm sure Reggie may have passed that on, but from my polling, people want to see someone like you. They want they understand that Mr. Thoroughbred may be the leader in the race, and you know what, he may win, he may not win, but they also understand that the only way they're really going to get representation around this time specifically is through someone like you.
Well, we tried to get out there. Obviously we want to make sure we talk to everybody and listen to everybody, but we do only have so many hours a day to do that. But showing face is definitely part of it, and we've been trying to do that more and more. And like
essentially, what we've been doing at the moment is trying to get around and talk to a lot of people. We've spoken with EMS, spoken with some of the people on the south side as well as some people up north. It's just we're slowly getting around, and we only really started pushing into this over the last 3-4 days, Michael.
Yeah, that's about right.
We don't even know when the actual campaigning will start because we don't even know when the elections are. Now, you might have young Dabu's had a head start on it, but I think a lot of the people are going to realize soon enough, and those that have experienced it in the past, that mayors potential mayors will offer you the world, right? You want this, you want that, we can get it for you. We'll get it done. Don't worry. It takes the people that have been through that shit before to see through the bullshit. Which is why Michael's approach to this taking at the moment is more of a realistically, this is what we're going to attempt for. Real shit. Like he was saying, the trains, equipment for EMS so they can actually do their jobs properly and save people that eat shit on the side of a fucking mountain instead of having to try and throw themselves down there and hope they don't break all their legs and can't save you, and now they need to be rescued. Like actual proper things, like food for EMS that is easily accessible instead of having to try and get to senior buns whilst jumping between calls or trying to stop at a 24/7 when they don't really have time to stop because they're trying to save someone's life. Small things like if there's the ability to just nudge the speed limit up, because we all know driving at 35 is fucking god awful. I usually drive at about 38, 40 myself, but that little bit extra will help. And stuff like if there's a way that we can make it that if you stop at a red light and then you treat it like a stop sign, then you can go. Because we also know sitting at a red light, how many times we've all been fucking plowed by some dickhead that just runs the fucking red light anyway.
Every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I'm not gonna go out and say that I don't fucking run red lights or speed. I don't care if people do that. What I care about is that if you do run a red light, just be mindful. Slow down, check if there's nobody there, and then you can go. And also don't drive like 100 miles per hour on the opposite lane or like on the sidewalk. Just use your brain. Is really all there is to it.
In a grime truck.
In a grime truck, yeah.
Yeah, I got plowed by a G6 the other day and fucking went off. I was just sitting at a red light.
And that's the thing though. Like, if you're mindful, you know, there's not gonna be any harm in you speeding a bit or running a red light. But if you're just trying to do as many fucking G6 runs a day, then you're kind of the problem.
I am worried what's going to happen when people start getting firearms in their hands, because the simple yelling at someone, it's just going to turn into shooting them.
It's a
blowing
double-edged
into the
sword.
120.
Yeah, I had somebody call me earlier and ask me about it. I'm like, it's because I know what they're trying to fish for. I know a lot of people want the price to go down, and I don't think 50,000 is unreasonable. It might be a bit much because I would like to defend myself when I do G6. I haven't been robbed personally yet, but I know people are getting robbed and they can't defend themselves, or they have to pull out a knife and hope for the best, right? But I also don't want every fucking bloke to be able to just walk up and get a gun license and then start selling to their friends or shooting without it being self-defense. So you have to find the middle ground. And I don't know. I don't feel like 50,000 it's unreasonable. Maybe a bit high, but
You've also got the potential that if you can show how long you've been working at G6 and how favorable you are of an employee there, then who knows, maybe those people might get a discount because they're now driving the bigger trucks. They're at a higher risk. There's all different things that be looked at when time comes. But it's not about promises right now. This is exactly what we're going to promise.
Yeah, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. I actually completely agree with you. If someone's, forked out, $50,000 for that big truck, they're committed to protecting the money that, at the end of the day, that's the people's money that's being protected, right?
Yep.
That makes sense that you trust a person like that more.
yeah. And it's an investment, right? You also have to invest in the bigger truck. You put that money down.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you're gonna try and buy a license for 50,000, you're not gonna try and sell your guns on the side because you're gonna lose that money.
Exactly. That's smart.
But I know it's one of the things people want. They want that price to go down. So it's how you can wrap it in a nice way without really changing it too much.
I would simply say the biggest way to lose my vote would be someone who campaigns guns for all. Let's make them $1,000 for a gun license and make it affordable.
No, that's not gonna happen.
That's well, it might. There'll at least be a couple of candidates who go for that.
And so, what have some other people been saying about why they're voting for other people?
I can say that people have said in a strong fashion that they will 100% be voting for Maximilian Thoroughbred. Like, there was some very strong messages behind that. They didn't tell me exactly why, but it was very clear that they weren't going to be having their vote changed in any way, shape, or form. Mind you, I would say the same about the people who said they were voting for you as well, Mr. Simone. They seemed very stuck that they weren't going to change it up. Whereas, actually, so I would say I talked to 4 gangs. 2 of the gangs, actually, I would say are still in the undecided category. They very much are still waiting for more policy and for what the race is going to bring. Whereas one of them looked like they had already kind of worked out a deal with one of the mayors or 2 of the mayors, so that they were potentially getting stuff. Which once again, they didn't say what or anything. They simply alluded to it. But that's an interesting one, where that one falls on the political playground. I guess it's all above board and legal, but
Have you read the legislation?
not fully. That's why I was kind of saying that. I knew you'd prompt me if it was against it fully.
So a mayor cannot have any, or any person in the council cannot have any allegiances to any other fucking groups or parties or anything. So that's a big thing, right? Is these people need to understand that whilst a mayor might promise you something as a group, in reality, if they do that, they're going past, they're going against the oath that they took, which then in turn means